Hello, welcome back. I'm Matt. Are you ready to learn how to tie an awesome Southern Appalachian dry fly? It can be found in Ian Rutter's Angler's Companion to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. If you fish these waters, don't have this book, well worth checking out. Dude, your videos are still so boring. What if I wore a funny hat? Still boring. What you're looking at in the vise right now is a yellow palmer. It's a great Southern Appalachian, Western North Carolina fly. An attractor pattern. It looks a little bit like the yellow stoneflies that you'll see there in late spring, early summer. I got the pattern from Ian Rutter's book called The Angler's Companion to the Great Smoky Mountain National Parks. So I will explain the materials as I go, and of course have the recipe in the description. So first off, there's a size 12 dry fly hook, 1X long in the vise. I'm using black 70 denier UTC. Lay a base down to the start of the bend. For the tail, just a little bit of brown and a little bit of grizzly hackle fibers. Not too many, and about a hook gap in length. So if when you got your position right, go ahead and lock it in. And trim off the butt ends. For the hackle that we will be palmering it up, just one brown, one grizzly dry fly hackle. Now you might be tempted to put these with shiny sides together or concave sides together, but you don't want to do that. You want to keep them parallel with the same bend. See how that is? It's hard to see the brown underneath. Doesn't matter which one you have under and which one you have over, but I will show you one trick here that will help. See, pulling that up just a little bit, I've got a lot of stem showing that you might think. Catch that in right there, and you see you still got a couple millimeters of stem showing. And you'll want that because the first wrap, you don't want the hackle fibers to start splaying out just yet. You want to get one good wrap on before they start splaying out, or else they'll be going straight back and it won't look as nice. So the dubbing on this is yellow palmer, so it's yellow dubbing. Any synthetic you got, any dry fly dubbing, super fine. So I'm putting a little tight noodle on right there. That's less than 2 inches on my thread, and that's probably going to get me about halfway. I'll speed up the rest while I put another glob on it. Okay, so you get your body back up to the eye. I'm going to put a 1/2 inch on it so I can park my thread out of the way. I could use the rotary function to spin these, but you're only putting about 4 turns on. I've got this big backdrop, so I'm just going to do it by hand. And it is probably by hand. If you have hackle pliers, you can't necessarily pull it tight enough. I'm pulling these pretty tight, trying to keep the stems close together. So when you get it wrapped up to about 2 eye lengths back, still holding my feathers pretty tight, I'll reel up my bobbin just a little bit while still holding it tight. Get a couple of wraps behind it, and then maybe one in front of it and another one behind it. So now they're secured very well, very tight in there. Go ahead and clip off the tips of these hackle fibers. And before I start the head, I will try to push these back. You want them perpendicular to the hook, to the body. It will give it a lot more flotation, and just I think it looks a little bit better. Still got some coming forward there. We're going to have to push those back. If we can't get them pushed back, we will just trim them. So we've still got a little bit of crazy going on up front, some sticking forward, some sticking back. I'm going to trim these on the forward instead of trying to push them back. And then that's really about it. We can wrap up the head and brush those out. So just make sure we've got some room for a whip finish here. I think we do. It's a dry fly, so don't let your head get too big on you. And a drop of head cement to lock it in for good. So I take my popsicle stick with a little bit of Velcro on it. Try to smooth these out just a little bit. This thing will float all day. It's a great, it could be a attractor pattern, stonefly, yellow stonefly pattern. Works pretty well in a lot of waters, not just southern Appalachia, but it's a very popular pattern there. So there you have it, folks. I appreciate you watching. If you watched this far, I hope you will consider subscribing. Thanks again.